Get ready to build a website in about 6 minutes with me today. And if you're been putting this off because you're not techie, you're stuck on which platform, I'm going to make it so easy for you. You don't have to be like, is it WordPress with Elementor or with Baker? Is it Canva? Is it Squarespace? And look, there's pros and cons to everything, but my biggest thing when I'm coaching and leading my clients into their next level is have something done. Done is better than perfect, and it can always be improved. So are you gonna build this with me today? You can. We'll be doing like start, stop, or you can watch this, absorb, and then come back to it. Are you ready? Let's go. So this is Canva. I suggest getting the paid option. Makes a big difference. And we're gonna put create here, okay? And you see here, website, that's the first thing. You can also see it on this left hand, websites, and you're literally just going to click on that. What this does is that it helps us have templates. And there's so many templates, but we're going to put yoga. And if you don't like yoga, you can put wellness. Okay. I actually like the wellness templates quite a bit. And here's a few things that you might want to consider before building a website. Like, write your copy. You need to have good copy. At the end of the day, visuals work amazing, but if you don't have good copy that connects to your clients, that is going to take you into that place of cohesive messaging, authority, and credibility, then you just have a pretty website that doesn't convert. And I only want things to turn viewers into clients, right? Inform them, to educate them at the end of the day, to either capture a lead or have somebody buy something. And every website has a pro and a con. So we're going to do Canva because honestly, it's so quick. So I'm going to pick this one. I actually like this website quite a bit, this design, but we're going to make it fit our business. Because here's the magic in design, and I've been a graphic designer for 25 years. And it's really about where function meets aesthetics. So if you like a look and feel, then that's what I want you to focus on. So I like this look and feel. And if we see here, they have different pieces, but none of these, like not all of these pieces really fit what we need. So we're going to keep this, and then we're going to look for another wellness website. And I'm giving you guys the advanced version where we're mixing and matching. And the reason is that I believe in you, and I believe that you can create something really, really magical and really beautiful. So if you want to see like what the pieces of the websites are, you can click into it and see, and then drag and drop literally every piece. But before we do all of that, I want to actually remove this. We're going to do a little bit of research, right? So let's go for wellness. Once again, it always jumps around. And we need to see what are like the features of the website that we want. We need services. We need an about me section. We need a couple of like hero sections, meaning connect to clients. We need a way for people to contact us. And we need kind of like a potpourri, because Canva will let you make a one-page website versus most other websites, which you can jump around to different pages. There's going to be a long scrolling page. And that's why we want this like potpourri style design. So I don't like this one. This feels like it's going to have what I need. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go for no, see, like it doesn't have that. We're going to go for yoga. I like the yoga templates. Let's click into it. Boring. This is what I'm talking about. All right. So architecture of a website, you're going to have your hero, okay, which is going to be where you're going to add your pictures. And apart from copy, you might want to have some nice pictures. So I try to do photo shoots every now and then, maybe once a year, especially if I look different. But for this, what we're going to do is move all this stuff out of the way. I like to move before I delete. It's just so much easier. I'm going to throw my picture on here. I'm going to crop myself because it's kind of a open picture. I know my brand is very bright, is very fun. So we're going to get rid of this black in the background and go ahead and put maybe something like this. Okay. Another thing you want to take into consideration is the need contrast. So when your website is like too light color, light font, people might not read through it because their eye doesn't grip. So let's say I don't have a logo. All I'm going to put is, and not even, it's like, let's grow your business. Okay. So it's less about the logo and really it is more about with alignment. It says, because I can always put my name afterwards. Like nobody's coming on the website necessarily so that you are front facing. It's going to be a happy medium of like you and then the message, right? So now already we have a little bit more contrast. I like, for example, dark grays match. So we're gonna make this a really cute website with Adiane. Oh, okay. We're gonna put this in the front so you can have different layers of how you move fonts, text. Okay. And we want to have like nice spacing so we're not trying to jam everything in one place, because it really is about like you are wanting to create breathing room, but you're also making the eye jump around the page. And look, this is really cute. I love doing these types of things. Like you create a little bit of a curve and you don't see that. So I'm going to then go into my effects and I can drop a shadow, like a black shadow, like a dark shadow, purple shadow. Okay. And we're starting to get like a different vibe already. I can add some elements in here. It's going to be an arrow. I love my little arrows. I use them all the time. And it went all the way here, but we're not going to do that. And again, I'm designing kind of quick, but that's me. All right, so now into the meat of things. So you already have a strong message. You have this is who I am. You have a short description, like literally not necessarily of your event, but like there should be a message that is aligned with your mission, really. Okay, mission. And that gives them a glimpse of their ideal self. Okay, this is more marketing, but it is really the combination of marketing plus, right? It really is. It's like marketing plus beautiful to look at, create really nice results. So we're going to go back to this design and see, for me, this is great. Even though this is not my image, I can also go here and look for some photos and let's put for like, let's see what we find for like happy. Like it has to be in alignment with your brand as well. So you could spend hours, honestly, like looking at pictures and seeing which picture is best. So sometimes I'll just look for background and find a background that works, right? Because then I can go back to my pictures, find a me, background, remove me, and now you or Ari, little cutout Ari, can be in the middle here. And you know, these colors totally vibe. So here, what maybe we want is like another, like a very powerful message, you know, that alludes to their results, alludes to their journey. Okay. And then we're going to add another section. And then we're going to look for services, work together. Here's a con, a negative of Canva. If you don't have another software, this is why I like Rise or Go High Level as all-in-one softwares, because if like, where is this going to? Where is this getting started going to? You're probably going to need like an email marketing software. You're going to need something else for people to go to because Canva doesn't provide these services, right? But let's work together. And I could say one-on-one coaching. I'm going to go into my like authority lab, then my amplify CEO. Okay. And then I'm going to say, you know, arise.io community. And really, it's the Arise community. There we go. All better than I can. And then I would put a little bit of a, what's it called, description, and we go from there. And as you see here, like the fonts and the colors like are not all the same. Like this is Roca, this is Garrett. So what I do afterwards, because I'm mixing and matching splits, is that I'll look for Roca, boom, and then I'll say change all. So anything that had another header font, like this had a header font of Garrett, I've then changed it to Roca. Then we have cohesiveness in typography, we have cohesiveness in color. And here's a really cool thing about Canva. So if you see here this purple, I'm going to go here. I'm going to pick this and I'm going to go here. And let's say I really like this purple. I just click on it and boom, it pulls it down. So now I have a work with me and get started. Here's the problem in theory. In Canva, I have nothing to link people to, but what I can do is create sections that go into the one-on-one. But at the end of the day, if I want to put, for example, my calendar, there's no way for me to put it unless I'm linking, right? This, you could do Control K here to another website. So for example, I keep my calendars here. Let's say it's like a discovery call, right? I would grab my calendar that I keep on my notes tab. And this is something that my software does. So it's going to be a link, done. And it'll link to my calendar, but it's outside of Canvas. And I'll put like, let's chat, right? And it's going to go here. So you would create your buttons. Let's add another section. So now it's adding these sections with this kind of like hard blue, bluish purple, which I don't love. So we create, right, the changes that we want. And then we keep going. We pick a picture, me working with somebody, and we say, perfect for all wellness entrepreneurs wanting to grow. And then I can talk a little bit more. I can add another button. So I'm looking at, again, how many ways can I drive people to get on a call with me to purchase one of my courses? Perhaps here, right, I go back to design, I'm gonna add another section. And none of these sections really work for like courses. So I'm going to put here if there's anything. And let's see. So I'm always looking to see, like, are there any good like online courses, online coach perhaps? Like, what are my options in terms of the, like, I like this, right? Even though it's a blog, again, I'm getting creative and I'm going to put, maybe it's like, inbox or like unread to open email marketing course. So I have a ton of small courses. And then I would put a button that says, start today. Obviously, I would change this photo. Once again, I could go here and call it like email marketing. Okay. And then here would be my North Star planning system. Okay? I would put, again, another button, but maybe here. I tend to, or like compass maybe. Oops. Right, like love that. And so on and so forth. So that I could keep generating like new graphics. Maybe I want something a little bit more fancy. Okay, making it really easy for people to basically buy whatever I'm offering that's going to help them in the future. There we go. I would do something like this. And then if you want to edit, you just go ahead, click into it, expand it, move it around. And now, so I would put, online courses. And let's do an about me section. Like who needs an about me section? Everybody. So don't love this, but hi, I'm Ariane. And then I'm going to find another picture of me right here. I don't know. There's some pretty cute ones that I have. Maybe it could be my daughter, so I'm like more relatable. Maybe I have a professional one, so it's not just about me. It's like, hey, this is me, and like I'm more than a face. I'm also a mom. I'm also, and write your bio here. And it's not about us, it's about me. But we don't need this button because you're already on my About Me page. So I'm going to actually get rid of it. And I'm going to add this button somewhere else. Start today. And your bio should be, I like first person. I like it to be story and sales oriented. Okay. If you know, spelling oriented. Okay. Actually, hello. Here, I would also put, let's work together. Now, these sections are a bit short, so look how you can make them longer, right? You don't need to be stuck with the size. You could also, change the different covers, kind of go to town when it comes to being a little bit more creative. But already this website, I'm kind of loving it. It's very my vibe. And look, in no time have we put together this website, which means that if I can do it in 6 minutes, maybe it takes you 20 if you're newer at this or you're not as comfortable in Canva as I am. And like, I love this, right? Maybe put another message here. Literally, we just have to replace a photo. We got to find a photo that makes sense in all this. So if my upper image here was all purple, this is why I teach a lot of branding. And I always say, like, have pictures on solid color. So you're not competing with words. You're not competing with design. Like, to me, this is a huge yellow couch. So I'm going to crop in as much as possible. You see what I mean? And here's another ninja. Like, you see how hideous these blinds are? I'm getting curtains, actually. We're going to look for gradient. So I love these gradients because you can drop them in. And let me see if I can change this color to white. Doop. Oh, why isn't it letting me change it to white? That's odd. Let's delete it. I don't fight with Canva either. Like at all. So this is a gray gradient, but you know what? I'm okay with a gray gradient. And we're going to position it. Oh, good. Okay. Because sometimes when you lay things out, they're in the back. But if that's already forward, then I think we're okay. You just have to see how things look. And if it's annoying, then you just let it go and you don't worry about a thing. Like, again, I don't fight. I don't go for perfect. I keep moving forward because I know that my number one goal in this process is and to get this thing out into the world. So there we go. I found this white, which I don't know why they're coming out gray. You see what I mean? Like, you never know. Transparency. I don't know why it's coming out gray. It's driving me crazy, to be honest with you. So we're releasing, but it's gonna create a bit of a pop, and maybe, who knows, like, it's just fighting with me today, and I can make it a little purpley. Not my ideal scenario, but it is what it is for right now. Then we're going to add another section, and so on and so forth. So we need a way for people to contact us. We need a way for people to learn about us. We need a way for people to buy our services, right? To know how we work. Like, how can I work with you? And ideally, we really want people to also get on our email list. Now, because Canva doesn't have that capability, see if I go here, I'm going to duplicate this section and look what I'm going to do. This is why you want to have another software that, kind of supports this vision of growing your database, of staying connected with your subscribers. But in theory, we can grab a button. We can go like this, and I can add the freebie. I can say, like, grab my free courses to cash guide. Okay. And if I have an image of it, so because I've been in this industry for so long, I usually have mock-ups. of all my things. So if you guys have taken any of my courses, you see I always have mock-ups. And this is the fun thing about Canva, is that you can literally grab, copy. So all I did was select everything, copied, and I can go in here and paste it. Oh, bummer. Okay, it's not going to let me do it on the, like, go on top of everything, but that's fine. We'll make it fit. I like layering things in. It's okay if we can't do that today. Again, I don't get mad. All I want to do is keep moving forward. So since this is white, I might want to do this, a darker color, this background, and make it like just really pop. Once you start really getting into the gist, the flow of things, if we want to use a fun word, you can ungroup, you can regroup, make things a little bigger. There you go. All right, see, already it has like a bit of a life. I don't like this green color, but just for now. And remember what I told you guys, you can go in here, click on here. Maybe we pick something a little different. Maybe it's more of this like pink vibe. Maybe not. There you go. I don't know. I'm now like just kind of playing around with it. We'll keep it with the pink. Okay, so look, you have a website in under 3 minutes. Now, again, we can go like super deep into functionality of things and combining, but if I needed to publish this and send this to a yoga festival, send this to a potential client just to start, it would be done. So I hope that this was helpful. I know I said 6 minutes. I took a little bit longer, but it's also because I wanted to give you some more options. I'll break it down step by step in the description below. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And I have some really useful links for you guys in the description. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.